batsman not out at the moment. Tufnell, who hasn't come through unscathed. He's been hit everywhere. Here's Wazim Akram. Malcolm used to be the batsman. And it's all out for 207. 5 for 15 England have lost, or to be closer to the mark, 5 for 15 Pakistan have taken. They have demolished the bottom part of the England batting, and they demolished the top bit, but for more runs. By no means enough runs for England on what was a wonderful batting pitch, one of the best you could find anywhere, and a fast outfield. They managed just 207. The top part got a start all the way along, the rest just disintegrated against some splendid bowling, and those bowling figures shown with Wazim Akram and Waqar Younis, Aqib Javed, they're all heroes, and Mushtaq, I thought, bowled superbly. 24 overs, 7 maidens, 1 for 47. No justice there, and no justice either for Waqar Younis, but a great performance from Wazim Akram. The state of the match, and Pakistan came out for just on 20 minutes at the close of play, and they were 16 for naught. Amir Sohail and Ramiz Raja, their batsmen, and they have the opportunity tomorrow to have their go on this beautiful batting strip. And day, prospect of rain later on in the day, so Pakistan will be hoping to push things along a little bit. Well, we join play with the third ball of the fourth over. 2 runs have been added to take it along to 18 for no wicket. Neil Mallender is the bowler, and Ramiz Raja is taking strike.
Well, that flew away. A bit of width, and it's down to the vacant third man area.
Chris Lewis has been given the Vauxhall end. Devon Malcolm bowled from there last night. So there has been a slight change in tactics there by the England captain.
Well, that must have been close to the glove.
It's the first bounce of the morning from Chris Lewis. Got it big, above head high, and it must have been very close to something on the way through.
Cracking shot. No footwork required there. Just those strong wrists and that wonderful eye of Amir Sohail.
And this is the problem. They don't play if you ball just outside off stump. That would certainly be middle stump, pitching roundabout leg, but very, very quick to play the pickup shot on the leg side.
I take it back about the footwork. That was crisp, cross behind, classical pull shot.
Yes, that bounced a nice height. You can see that about waist high, ideal for playing the pull shot.
Well, head's half down there. Grab Prakash, the man out at cover.
Well, an over-ambitious shot here from Amir Sohail. This ball very wide, and he really can't get his foot right across to the ball. It's just a real whoosh with the arms.
That's what he was trying to do earlier in the over. .51 partnership for Amir Sohail and Ramiz Raja. Second time they've passed the half-century in opening stands this series. And you can add 4 more to that.
Now it's Devon Malcolm bowling to Amir Sohail.
Could have dragged that onto his stumps. That's just about the widest and wildest ball of the series. Well, umpire Bird has got to get his bearings after that. Oh, bowled him! Full-length ball, he got it right, and Ramiz Raja playing round it. And first wicket, first blood to Devon Malcolm. Ramiz Raja bowled for 19, and Pakistan 64 for 1, and only one stump remaining. And SHOAIB MOHAMMAD promoted to number 3, and that's significant because at the start of the series it was thought he might have played instead of Asif Mushtabah. In fact, he's come in instead of Inzamam ul Haq. Oh, well, got away with it. Nowhere near the pitch of the ball and happened to go through with it. Otherwise, he just might have spooned a catch to mid-on or mid-wicket. But lucky to get away with this. Well, that was a much more positive hit. And this is good cricket from Sohail, unfussed by the loss of a wicket, and his partner Ramiz Raja. If he can hit Tufnell out of the attack, then that really will be a problem for Gooch. Oh, the spin there, that's from the rough.
Yes, there again, Tufnell bowling slower, giving the ball a bit of air, and Amir padding it up. Certainly there's the spin.
Well, no ball called. Now, how close was that to the stumps?
Well, Amir beaten there, all that was a no ball, but the ball pitching in the rough, turning quite sharply, missing the stumps, beating the keeper, but certainly there was a lot of turn.
Beautifully played. That's a very good shot from SHOAIB. Way down to the longest part of the ground, down the Vauxhall end. Beautifully executed.
Yeah, Devon Malcolm's bowled with a lot of fire this morning. I think one problem when he's really trying to bowl exceptionally quick, he gets wider and wider on his delivery stride. And the last over he was going really wide. Early on he was following through and going pretty straight down the wicket. But when he's really straining for pace, they just go wider and wider, breaking away too early.
Well done. Neil Sohail has waited. He's quite entitled to wait. Stewart has gone away to his left-hand side. The umpire at square leg. Dickie Bird raised an eyebrow to David Shepherd, who said yes, it was caught cleanly. And that is the second wicket down. 86 for 2 now, and Malcolm has clicked into gear. JAVED MIANDAD, the Pakistan skipper, coming out now. It's a cracking stroke. Doesn't mind the pull shot and the hook, SHOAIB MOHAMMAD. Never been one to take a backward step when the ball's short. Now the man has been put in at short cover for the slightly lofted drive. About 18-20 paces from the batsman, almost behind Robin Smith. That's a waste.
Oh, Phil Tufnell will be annoyed with himself with that delivery. A new man at his end wants to give him peg down, and there he's pitching way outside leg stump. A little bit quick with the shot was MIANDAD. It hit the back of the bat, and that's why it didn't go so quickly. But it was just quick enough to beat Chris Lewis.
Derek Pringle now to Javed. Found the gap this time. A wonderful shot from Javed. He's got great control there, and if Pringle gives him any width, he suffers. Good stuff, another one. And Javed looks in merciless mood. His fourth boundary.
Well, JAVED MIANDAD didn't time this, but he knew exactly where he was trying to place it, and at least it was hit well enough to go on the fast outfield to the boundary.
Beautiful stroke off a very ordinary delivery, half volley on leg stump. This will be Lewis coming in from the Vauxhall end, and SHOAIB MOHAMMAD to take straight. That's beaten Ramprakash. He pulled off two good saves in the last over, and he managed to chop off the boundary there.
And he did manage to save another one here. That would have certainly been a four, but as a result of that fine chase by Ramprakash, SHOAIB managed to get only 3 runs.
Close. But I'm not so sure that's a good thing to do to your captain. Just watch this. This would be close because Tufnell also was moving quickly. Four runs. Now this is a good player, SHOAIB. I've always thought from the start that Pakistan should have included him in their side at number 3. Solid collector of runs. Good shot.
Well, not quite a full half volley, but no real problem there.
Devon Malcolm, the fielder. 2 runs to JAVED. It's very circumspect, JAVED MIANDAD today. Extremely determined to play the long innings by the look of him. No great flourish there, but a lovely full face of the bat and a push for 2. So Tufnell does bowl, and he bowls from the Vauxhall end. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Quicker ball, and Tufnell's only mistake really was that it was wide, and JAVED MIANDAD went for the width and played this beautiful stroke.
Yes, it was a no-effort kind of shot, really. Beautifully timed. How easy the game is when you play it just like that.
Very steady action here, but in fact it's an enthralling session in this test match because this is where Pakistan must grind their way ahead. 162 for 2. It's Devon Malcolm who comes back at the pavilion end. Wait, and that was a good call. Paul, all based on the fact that Tufnell's left-handed.
Well, pretty good cricket here by England. Nice piece of fielding by Tufnell. Was quite quick off the mark, had a shot at the bowler's end, and good backing up by Mark Ramprakash.
What was so clever about that and talented was that he watched the ball absolutely onto the bat. It was no idle swing of the bat.
Oh, it's a beautiful shot. Complete grooved cover drive.
Well, this is as good a shot as he's played all day. Complete control. He's almost waiting for it before he leant into it and just helped it exquisitely through the covers.
That's a good bit of running. For SHOAIB, and what a comeback into the Pakistan side. He's waited all through the series. That's the 100 partnership. Come off 172 balls, and that's a pretty good rate. Oh, got him! Beautiful piece of bowling. Beautiful piece of bowling. Has he given him out? No, he's changed his mind. It looks as though the keeper may have missed it. It looked as though umpire Shepherd's hand went up. And Phil Tufnell gets nothing for a beautiful piece of bowling that left JAVED stranded. Now this was the ball. It's beautifully flighted, a little bit of turn, down he comes, a yard and a half out, up goes the finger, but the bails haven't come off. Well, it's 50 for JAVED, and he must have thought he wasn't going to reach that earlier on in the over. And that's his 64th score of 50 for Pakistan.
Ball from the moment it reached the bat. They're going to look and ask for Dickie Bird's opinion whether or not it was a straight hit or whether it was a bump ball first of all, and then whether or not it was a fair catch. Yes, it's a given. Umpire Shepherd waited, JAVED waited, again as in the case of Amir Sohail, as he's quite entitled to. He's not absolutely certain that the ball has been caught. Quite the batsman's right to do that, and the umpire then makes his decision. In this case, I'm quite certain umpire Shepherd would have been obscured by the bowler catcher, Chris Lewis, as he goes down. There it goes, quite clearly not a bump ball. Now, Shepherd wouldn't have been able to see that because of Chris Lewis's left leg. Fielded, brilliant catch. earlier in the over, and then the smart piece of fielding to keep Salim Malik from opening his account. 198 for 3 now, and 52 to SHOAIB MOHAMMAD. It's good work with the left hand as well. .200 up for Pakistan now, just for the loss of 3 wickets, and they are in good shape, even though they've lost their skipper, JAVED MIANDAD. Pakistan into the lead now. That lovely stroke from Salim Malik.
Out. Caught and bowled, beautifully flighted. And SHOAIB goes for 55. Superb innings, but beaten in the flight by Philip Tufnell, who took an excellent caught and bowled.
Well, Tufnell deserved that. He's bowled pretty well at this end. A little bit of turn, probably the ball not going through quite as quick as SHOAIB expected. Trying to push it away on the onside, and a comfortable caught and bowl there for Tufnell. I've said many times today, Tufnell should have been bowling from this pavilion end early in the day.
This young left-handed batsman joins Salim Malik. It's in the air, but that flies away. He hit it so firmly, Salim Malik, went over Rambrakash's head at cover for 4. Well, that's the second ball in succession that Lewis has troubled Salim Malik. And a bigger shout there. Not out. No shot played.
Good over by Chris Lewis. That ball angled in from wide of the crease. Then try to think about height there as well. It's in just above the knees.
It was uppish, but it was perfectly placed. I'm sure it went exactly where Salim Malik intended it to go, and that's 4 runs and the end of a fine over by Chris Lewis.
Neil Mallender now, and this will be his first bowl of the innings from the Vauxhall end.
Well, he keeps playing an indisciplined shot, but then every now and again, a lovely scoring stroke.
The glorious shot.
Well, it is a lovely shot, but it's been made to work very, very hard for his runs. He's kept his composure well. Wasn't such a bad ball, just a touch of width, only just a touch short of a length, but England have bowled very tightly to him on the whole.
Good piece of fielding there, because the ball wasn't middle, but even so it was hit hard enough.
Yes, and it was a good stop. Gone are the days when he used to be a figure of fun in the field. He works jolly hard at his fielding now.
Not far away. It was well bowled. The first ball from Tufnell back at the Vauxhall end. He was back before Stewart got it. Beautifully swept. Wonderful shot by Salim Malik. Devon Malcolm is the bowler now from the pavilion end. Beautiful stroke. A wonderful square cut by Asif Mushtaba. Really whistled across the turf. It certainly did, and it was one of a number of very good strokes played by Asif Mushtaba and Salim Malik in that splendid partnership. 5 more runs added to take them at the close of play up to 275 for 4, with Salim Malik 38 and Asif on 31. Now the bowling figures for England, I thought Tufnell the best of them. 31 overs, 9 maidens, 1 for 71. Didn't quite do him justice. Nice return to the test side for him. Bowled very well indeed, used his head and used the breeze as well. Malander, no wickets for him and none for Pringle. 2 for Malcolm, thought he was underused if anything today, and Lewis had good caught and bowled to dismiss the Pakistan captain JAVED MIANDAD. After 2 days of this Cornhill Test match at the Oval, England 207 after that devastating bowling from Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunus and Mushtaq Ahmed yesterday, and Pakistan 275 for 4, and it'll be a